Carrie Richter is here, and I don't know what your title is. Are you still heavily involved in the Central Arkansas Farmers and Artisans Market? Are you the
She's the
main
head
person?
honcho.
Are you the president, or
Oh, I don't think we call that that. I'm a
you
volunteer.
represent?
But I do
the-
represent the
yeah.
farmers market. I guess it's my official elected.
Now you're calling it the farmers
titles.
market, and I try not to, go out of turn and say the wrong thing, but it's
So the official documented name is the Central Ozarks Farmers and Artisans Market,
okay.
COFAM. So it encompasses both producers and makers.
And on the
But we-
Facebook page, it's called the Farmers and Artisans
Market of Harrison.
Market of Harrison. Yeah.
Yeah, we did have it listed as the Central Ozarks Farmers and Artisans Market, but there were some things that happened, and we had to completely restart our page. So
Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right.
So, if you want to just COFAM,
Yep.
Farmers Market.
People can find us on
mean-
Instagram by typing in COFAM Harrison, and they can find us on the Facebook page by typing in COFAM Harrison, or Central or just Harrison and Farmers. Farmers and Artisans Market of Harrison.
You know what?
There's another entity that comes and does somewhat the same thing that has a different name, but it could be confusing for some people.
It could be confusing. You'll typically find our page by just typing in Farmers Market Harrison,
Yep,
Arkansas.
yep.
Okay.
Yep.
A lot of people will find it that way because we stay up in most people's news feeds. It's easy to find it that way. You
Or
can
go to Carrie's page. She's
You can Google it that
Yeah.
way as well. You can find me, Carrie Richter. You'll probably see us on quite a few of the different local
Yeah.
groups. We try to post there often.
Yeah.
But we typically have videos on market days, and then we
which
take
is great.
live
I love that you go
pictures.
around and talk and show the.
Yeah, I saw yours
Goods.
this morning. I got the very tail end of it, but
Yeah, there's nothing real fancy about the videos, but at least it kind of gives people the opportunity to know what's available at market.
it's a way to
So
connect.
let's talk about what presently people could find at the farmers market.
So I'll start out by saying we have 47 vendors that are registered with the market this year.
That's a lot.
So yeah, there's quite a few vendors that are registered. That doesn't mean that you're going to find like 50 vendors down there every week, because we are a seasonal market. I say we kind of grow with God, right? Whatever's seasonal, that's what you're going to find. So right now, inching into the producing season, because really not a lot of our vendors have greenhouses that they grow in or high tunnels, so they grow outdoors. We've had a little cooler weather and a lot more rainy
a lot of rain.
than some years. So you're just now starting to see the greens, onions, and like the spring onions, radishes, turnips. You're going to start seeing those things floating into market as far as fresh produce is concerned. Then as the weather starts warming, you'll start seeing things like the cucumbers and zucchini and squash, and then eventually tomatoes, so no need to ask about them yet.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
but
Matt was asking about it.
yeah.
I want some tomatoes.
Yeah, you'll start seeing some like cherry tomatoes, but the tomatoes
Yeah.
are probably, just looking at how we've seen the growing right now, probably I'd say June, end of June, maybe into July is when we'll start seeing those kind of things, and eggplants. Right now you can find honey and farm fresh eggs. We have some beautiful flowers that are going to be starting to show up at market. Lots of plants have been available. We've got artisan-made crafts and goods, and lots of baked items down there. Macarons. I don't know.
Is it kind of hard to go down there when they've got those good baking goods?
It's not for me, because I know specifically what my family eats, and that's what we buy. But
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, I would eat all of it.
She
Yeah.
craves, don't you?
Well, like I usually do pre-orders with Miss Shirley, because my boys, they love chocolate pies, fried chocolate pies. So I kind of like to do that. And then
Sweet.
Aggie loves the macaroons, so we usually pick those up from Morgan. And then there's also all natural bath and body items down there, which I think is a great addition. You'll also find things like candles. They call it macrame art, I guess is what you want to say. But there's a lot of really cool items that you are not going to find just going and shopping at a local retailer. So I think that's always fun to go down and just walk around. I also want to say, too, we have some events that we're going to be doing throughout the market season. We just finished up May Days at Market. That was the first weekend in May. and that was a lot of fun. We had book reading for the kids and coloring and making a May Day baskets. We had live music. Then we followed that with the next weekend. We had mocktails for mom. So that was fun. Everybody kind of partook with that. So we don't exclude people if they're not a mom. It's fine. Come enjoy it. So there's a lot of different groups that have joined us as partnerships this year, mainly instrumentalists. So they're coming down.
Oh, okay.
You know, like the Arkansas Fiddlers, they've been coming down, and they
Oh,
are
that's nice.
such a great addition. We have another gentleman. He comes down and plays the saxophone, jazz style, and that's a great addition. I was trying to think what else. But the first Saturday of every month, we're going to have just something, I would say something small but community-based and family-oriented. So sometimes it's going to be cooking demonstrations, but we have a lot of different books that we have ordered so we can do reading in the courtyard. I think it's fun when families bring their blankets down and sit down, have a picnic lunch. We've got jam if they want to bring the peanut butter. I'm sorry I didn't bring it for you guys.
Oh, that's just kidding you.
But no, I usually do, but I didn't bring
No,
a
you're
whole
not
lot today.
kidding.
I owe you, okay? But there's a lot of fun too. And I also wanted to mention that we are really centrally located. We're on the downtown square. We're on the west and south sides this year. There's a lot of paved walkways that people can utilize, handicap accessibility for those that need that. We are within walking distance of the library. We are within walking distance of the new veterans area. We are in walking distance of the park, the skate park, local shops and restaurants. And we love to cross-promote with a lot of the downtown area or any events that are happening in our area, because I think that we should all work together to make Harrison a great place to visit. So.
That's good.
Awesome.
And you're there on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Wednesdays and Saturdays, 7 a.m. until noon. Some people sell out early, so you don't need to text me and tell me that they're not there, because I know. They leave when they finish selling their
or
produce.
they run out, yeah.
Yes.
I forgot what I was going to ask. Oh, rain or shine?
We are typically there, rain or shine. I leave, not me personally, our organization made the decision that everyone can make the decision on their own, whether or not they're there or whether or not they are not, depending on the weather. Some people will be there rain or shine because they've got plants and vegetables. It's not going to matter if they get a little wet, but other people like soap makers,
those
that are jams and jellies that have labels, they may not want to have all of those items ruined because of the weather, so they may hold off showing for market that day, or they may just come a little later when the weather clears up. So
hopefully our weather will start cooperating a little bit better.
Maybe, hopefully.
we do try to announce it on Facebook. We had I think it was 2 weeks ago that the weather was it was terrible in the morning, but the afternoon was beautiful. So we just bumped the market back a little bit, and everybody came out and supported market and got what they needed, and it was a great day. We really enjoyed it.
I'm sure they could have found that out on the Facebook page.
We do it on Facebook and Instagram, so we do put that out there. Sometimes it's not until the day of that we put the information out, because it's Arkansas.
Yeah.
You don't know if you're wearing flip-flops or,
snow boots.
Exactly. So sometimes we have to do it the day of. We try to watch the weather very carefully, especially going into the market day.
Yeah, in a situation like that.
But they're good to communicate.
Yeah, and it's good to be to click the notification button so that you only get to know instantly when those things happen.
Communication is the lubrication.
Yeah. So it's really easy to follow us. You just click on our page and you can click follow, and then you can go to your follow options if you want, and you can select whether or not you want to have it in the first of your news feeds or you just want to see it occasionally. And so you can be notified whenever we have a video that's going up or any of the postings, and so that's always a good way to stay in the loop. So I wanted to also
So
share.
you have some shirts.
Yes, I wanted to share this
Pardon
with
me.
you. We have
How cute is
That's
that?
cool.
T-shirts that are going to be available at market this weekend, and so we're excited about these. They'll have a few different colors and sizes.
Hold it.
That's
Can
a
you
nice
hold?
one.
There
There
we
we
go.
go. That's
Do I
nice.
have
You can
it?
see it in there.
You can't
Yeah.
beat local produce. But this
Cute.
was designed
You spelled
by
beat wrong, by the way.
Impact Tees. Yes.
Ah, you're so funny.
So they did a great job on that, and we're excited about that. But We're doing it as a fundraiser for market.
Sure, yeah.
And for anybody who doesn't know, we collect very minimal. It's a $35 membership fee, which allows for our market members to come set up on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Those fees are invested back into the market. We do that through, because it's a completely 100% volunteer organization, not for profit. So we use those funds to go back into marketing, and we also started what's called a Young Entrepreneurs Program. So if you're 15 or younger and you want to join market, so you can maybe test the waters and see if items that you have would be great to sell, they can join for $15. But we also help them if they need tables or canopies or packaging, and we also provide new packaging for all of our market members, so they have clean bags, clean egg cartons, anything that they need.
Well
That's
worth
what
it.
that money goes back into. And we try to put it back into our community as well. Last year, we went back into the market significantly because we had to buy things like hand sanitizer,
Oh,
which is
absolutely,
through the
yeah.
roof,
Right,
and
right.
all of those kind of things. So that was a little different scenario. But that's what the funds from T-shirt sales
Okay.
and things like that
How much
go
are the
towards.
shirts?
They're only $15.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, I think it's a really reasonable
It's a bargain.
price. It is, and they don't even shrink. I've washed quite
Washed
a
them
few
yourself?
Of them. Yes,
Okay.
washed quite a few of
Okay.
them. So, oh, can I mention one more thing?
Okay.
She's pulling something out of her pocket.
All right, so we also are always seeking sponsors for the farmers market, and we had First National Bank of North Arkansas. They stepped up this year and they decided to sponsor us. And so with their sponsorship, it's going back into healthy, nutritional foods for our community. And so we have these little $5 tokens,
Oh,
and we're going to
okay.
be handing these out on Saturday. It's going to be for the first number of people that are there, and they can be used with any of our market vendors through the end of July to buy anything that's considered a fresh food. So farm fresh eggs, honey, fruits,
Oh, nice.
vegetables, fresh herbs. So this is a way that we can kind of give back to our community and support the farmers market in conjunction with one another. So thank you to First National Bank of
First
North
National
Very
Arkansas.
Bank. Okay.
nice.
So
Very
if
good.
anybody else wants to sponsor, then that's kind
The
of
first 10, 15, 20?
we actually have 30. We're going to be giving
First
out.
30 people. So there's not an unlimited supply of these $5
I wish
wooden
there
nickel
were, but,
type of things. Yeah, okay.
but yeah.
All right. Thanks, Carrie.
Well, thank
Yeah,
you. for
Appreciate it.
Thank
having
Come down
you.
this Saturday.
Yes,
when
and
you're
we
gonna
are
give
going to
the-
be having a little scavenger hunt for the kiddos as well this
Okay.
Saturday. So
Very good.
just find us and we'll be handing those
Okay.
scavenger
From what time you open at 7?
Open at 7.
7. Go to whenever people are running out of goods or noon. All right. Thanks,
Thank
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Up next, we have Wanda Maskell from the Ozarks Humane Society and Capone, who is a tabby male kitten. Stay with us.